Steve Jobs' enormous success can be attributed to a few secrets. But why, when most individuals fail in life, some people have great success? It has to be the case that those that are successful possess knowledge, ideas, and behaviors that others do not. Here you will find the keys to success. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. In this video, we present Steve Jobs, the 7 secrets to success. By secrets, we mean the knowledge, ideas, and actions that contribute to his great accomplishment. Try to watch this video through to the finish, because secret number 6 has the power to drastically alter your life. First secret, fully engage your enthusiasm. During a June 12, 2005, Stanford University address, Steve Jobs gave advice to young students. Doing what you think is outstanding job is the only way to be completely content with your work, which will feel like a big part of your life. Furthermore, doing outstanding work requires love for what you do. According to a 2013 Forbes magazine article about the survey, nearly 90% of workers worldwide feel their jobs typically cause them more frustration than fulfillment. Numerous studies have estimated that between 80 and 92% of workers despise their employment. Since more than 80% of adults in our world work Monday through Friday, we should all weep and grieve. Young people make every effort to live their lives pursuing their true passions. Because you will be able to devote your all into your work, this will make you a happy man and accelerate your success. Secret number 2, focus by saying no to 1,000 things. When Steve rejoined Apple in 1997, the company was on the verge of going bankrupt. In 2 years, he reduced 300 goods to only 10. Steve saw that in order for a business to be genuinely successful, it must concentrate on its strongest suit and let everything else go. Do you recall the 80-20 rules for pirate tools? The majority of the things we waste time on are unimportant in both your personal and professional lives. You need to be able to pinpoint the 20% of endeavors, goods, or activities that yield 80% of the outcomes, and focus only on the important things. Acquire the ability to refuse small things. Third secret, don't be afraid of dying. I read a quote that said something like this when I was 17. You will undoubtedly be correct if you live each day as though it were your last. After overcoming pancreatic cancer, Steve Jobs made the statement. Jobs stated, "The most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life is remembering that I'll be dead soon." What do you think? You guessed it. The primary reason for failure in life is fear. Fear, dread, fear. Fear has kept so many individuals in our planet captive. Regretfully, fear is the only thing to be afraid of. Folks in their youth, you underestimate how fleeting life is. You'll be frail and old before you know it. While you're still young, put in a lot of effort. Leave the main road that leads to the bush and build a new one. It is preferable to pass away young and try angry things than to live a long and miserable life. Fourth secret, show yourself to the kings in order to win their respect. Early on in Apple's history, Steve was known for being at the center of cutting-edge computer technology in Palo Alto, California. Although Apple will continue to be based out of a garage in neighboring Los Altos, Steve wanted his company to be identified with this location. Setting up a P.O. box was the task's solution. Hire a voice answering service in Palo Alto to avoid giving the impression to prospective customers that Apple is a large corporation located in the center of Silicon Valley, even though the company is really just a bunch of sweaty men in a garage across town. 5. Surround yourself with excellent players. Steve has surrounded himself with people he is willing to spend the rest of his life with. If they remained until the warrant, they would not help him succeed. The important thing to remember is that neither you nor Steve will ever be experts at it. Bozos. SAP energy from you and your team members who are the best in the business. Bowser's decision is made by bozos, who rank higher. The worst riddles underneath them. Put an end to them. Keep them from spreading around you. Steve Jobs always strove to have the best employees, even if he was a strict boss. In order to produce the greatest product, Steve was always focused on assembling the best personnel for his team while they were developing the first Mac. He was aware that talented individuals would increasingly gravitate towards his organization because players wanted to collaborate with other players. The sixth secret: retaliate when life strikes you. We guarantee that this success secret will transform your life. 10 years after he co-founded Apple in 1984, Jobs was publicly fired, which is among the worst things that could have happened to him. To make matters more embarrassing, the board let him go during the B robbery of John Sculley, an executive that Jobs had personally chosen and employed. Steve Dean retreated from his love of technology. Rather, he took a risk by founding a new business, and the pictures represent things that would never have happened. After realizing that it had needed him after all, Apple decided to buy him back. He had not been dismissed. If you are watching this as a young person, watch video. You may wish for a trouble-free future. It is not going to occur. I apologize. Life will hit you, sometimes very hard, if you live long enough. This will occur as a result of your misfortune. It's merely a result of your humanity. To overcome all life throws at you, you need to be strong and unwavering in your resolve. Secret number 7, expect the best of others, and you'll be rewarded. The Macintosh OS's engineer, Larry Kenyon, received a complaint from Steve Jobs stating that the startup time was excessive. Jobs interrupted Kenyon as he was trying to explain why it wasn't possible to shorten the boot-up time. Could you find a way to reduce the boot time by 10 seconds, if it would save a life? Then he writes on a whiteboard, if the Mac had 5 million users, and it took an extra 10 seconds to turn on every day, what would you think? That came to a total of about 300 million each year, or at least 100 live times. A few weeks later, UN managed to get the system to start up 28 seconds quicker. I concur. Steve Jobs received flack for being a sensitive person. But anyone who has ever managed a business before knows that a product developer needs to be a stickler for detail. It's quite unlikely that Larry Kenyon would take offense at Jobs' challenge to improve Macintosh. However, after he managed to obtain it, complete it, there will be happiness for all. To always bring out the best in those around you, you have to learn how to challenge them. Let's now talk about which of the aforementioned lessons from Jobs' life you think makes the most sense. What other lessons do you think Steve Jobs taught you that this film omits? Which other accomplished individuals should we feature in a video? Please leave a comment if you enjoy this video. I would be overjoyed if you could enjoy and spread this film. Your social media pals. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do so right away and enable the notifications. You'll learn success tips from the greatest books ever written. Regards.